Start recording. Hello and welcome to the next episode of Umineko. We're on the 18th episode of Umineko, a week before my birthday, which is on the 18th. Say hi and happy birthday next week.
Happy birthday, Brooklyn!
It's not until next week, though.
Happy birthday, Brooklyn!
Okay, so it is October 5th now. What is the sound that always fills my ears?
He's died.
Somebody might have just died. Is that the sound of the rain? The sound of the waterfall? Or could it be radio static? If not, I want it to be the sound of blood flowing through my body. I want it to be the sound of blood circulating throughout me, telling me that I'm still alive. Vampire ass. Is it morning? The light entering through the crack of the curtains was faint, but it at least told him the dawn had broken. Kinzo had still been in the position he'd been when he woke up, still sitting in the chair looking up at the ceiling. He felt blood slowly travel throughout his body. Judging by the clock, it was early morning, 6 on the dot. No matter how tired he was, no matter how deeply he slept, he always woke up exactly this time, as though he'd measured it with an hourglass. He didn't think of it as something to boast about, but he told himself as long as he could still manage his health couldn't be that bad. Morning has come, which means... It would appear I've avoided becoming one of the first sacrifices. Was I merely lucky when the roulette was spun? Or is this the fruit of my efforts? How irritating that I cannot tell the difference, but I mustn't be bothered by such trivialities. Kinzel was struck by a faint desire to see beyond the study door. After all, he might find traces of someone's vain struggle to break through the door. A sign that someone had tried to select him as one of the first 6 sacrifices. Humans are such cheap creatures. Even though everything is ultimately decided by God, when humans are given good fortune, they arrogantly feel it was due to their own ability. That's why he wanted to check whether there was a wretched mark on the door. The very desire was human. And that was why Kinzel did not check. He often rejected desires that came to him because he was human. By doing so, he could be immersed in such a feeling of sufficiency as though he himself had become a being that surpassed humans. He recognized human desires for what they were and guarded against them. Things that a human would do, he resisted. This eccentricity and rebellious nature had surely given him a rare genius, making it possible for him to succeed in his exploits as he revived the Ashurmia family in a single generation. Well then, Beatrice, what were the 6 people you took? And what will your next move be? Entertain me. My defense is perfect. I will not shame myself like last time. Who's the dead people?
Dead people!
The servants woke early. They had to open the curtains, prepare breakfast, and complete various other tasks to welcome guests to a new day. Gerda's alive! Ah! Crazy! Gerda was the most enthusiastic. During the family conference, he'd been told to concentrate on his efforts, especially on cooking. He'd especially exempted from several tasks that the servants normally must do. Gerda, who was a show-off, seemed to be feeling particularly superior because of that. He let Genji and the rest prepare the rest of the mansion and worked on making breakfast in the kitchen. Genji split the work with Shana and Kana as they carried on various tasks. Do not tell me Kurosawa is dead. Shannon headed towards the dining hall and knocked. Last year, the family conference had continued into the early hours of the morning. It wouldn't have been odd if this year's conference had done the same. Considering the possibility they were still having discussion inside, she knocked. But there was no response, so she opened the door and said good morning.
Ohio gozaimasu.
Good morning. Is anyone there? The room was cold and the conference seemed to have ended long time before. There was a tea set on the table from which they had probably been drinking and arranged in a way that would make it easy to clean up. Cleaning up the tea was a servant's job. If the family members were extra generous and cleaned it up for themselves, the servants would lose face. It was truly a pleasant act of kindness for the family to only do this much. As she approached the table to clean it, she noticed something like a memo had been left near the utensils and cups. Since it was right next to the tea set, Shannon picked it up and naturally thinking it was a memo for a servant to do the cleaning. Written on the note was not a request nor a thanks for preparing the tea. There was just a single word. Shannon looked at it blankly and read it aloud. Chapel. Rome? Pink Pony Club?
Wait, that's where the furniture wants to go.
The Pink
feel
Pony
like
Club.
the furniture would be belting out about the Pony Club.
Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the
Keep
Pink
George away
Pony
from it.
Club. A small sound kept repeating over and over. Normally that sound would have been too trivial to be worth caring about. If only I could stop hearing it as soon as I go back to sleep right away, she thought vaguely. But no matter how much time passed, the sound did not end. It repeated over and over. Ah, shut up. Who is it? Banging on the door this whole time. As soon as she realized that, she woke up. Someone was knocking. Then she noticed that it wasn't a knock, but a voice as well. Rosa-sama. Rosa-sama. Good morning. Oh, wait.
Up, I'm Genji.
I'm coming now. It had been Genji's voice. Looking at the clock, it wasn't even 7 yet. It was clearly too early to wake the guests. Did something happen that was bad enough to cause this? She felt her sleepiness increasingly fade, thanks to this premonition of misfortune. Though Genji was a servant, Rosa had known him since her childhood days, so even though she was slightly defenseless in her pajamas, she opened the door a crack and answered. Good morning. I apologize for waking you this early. Did something happen? Yes. Actually, at the chapel. Genji whispered something into Rosa's ear. For a second it seemed Rosa couldn't understand what she'd been told. After having it repeated several times, she realized that apparently something strange had happened. Rosa closed her door for a second, changed her clothes quickly, and followed Genji towards the mansion. The chapel required some explanation. It wasn't in the mansion, but in a grove behind it, a short walk's distance away. It had been built the same way as the mansion, so though its walls had been repaired many times, making it look new from the outside, it was a very old building. Rosa dashed through the rain along with Genji. Just like the previous night, the rain was falling in earnest. Eventually, the chapel came to sight from beyond a thin grove. Just looking at it from the outside, it seemed a place dazzling beauty, where a pair of young lovers might want to get married. Oh. However, Kinzo apparently viewed it as a very sacred place, so Rosa and her siblings had been given strict instructions not to approach it unnecessarily. Even though they were all grown up now, approaching the chapel for any reason would still make them feel guilty. And also afraid, as if their father might get very angry and hit them in the face. The servant silhouettes could be seen in front of the chapel's entrance. Kumasawa is not there. Goda, Shannon, and Kanon, which meant all the servants from the morning shift had gathered. A short while ago, Genji had spoken to Rosa, telling her what the situation was. However, without laying her eyes on it directly, she definitely hadn't been able to understand. It was probably the same for all the servants gathered here as well. Without seeing it with their own eyes, they wouldn't have been able to understand what was going on. On the door, at the entrance of the chapel, was something very large, drawn with a creepy, stringy paint, made one think of blood. Something like a creepy magic circle. What is this? When was it drawn there? Here. The servants looked at each other. Goda was the first to open his mouth. My apologies. We don't usually enter this building, so we don't know when it was made. Then who was the first person to find it? It was me. When I was in the dining hall to clean up the tea set, I found a memo with chapel written on it. Shannon held out the memo with a shaking hand. Whose handwriting is this? It isn't Nisan's or Nesan's. So, after that, you came here and found this, right? Yes. Rosa Summer, look at this. What? Happy Halloween for... What? Kanon pointed at a single line in English written below the creepy magic circle. Until it had been pointed out to her, she'd thought it was just another part of the magic circle. There, the following words were written in English. Happy Halloween for Maria. Happy Halloween for Maria? This creepy magic circle was for Maria? Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween, ooh. Yesterday, only one person had said Happy Halloween to Maria. The key phrase matched. It was the Golden Witch, Beatrice. What about Maria? She should be sleeping with her cousins, right? Did you check? My apologies. We just now realized that Maria Summer's name was written here. We still have not checked. Quickly. What are you doing? I'll go check on Maria and come back. Tell Kraus-Nissan and the rest too. After that, follow their instructions. After saying that much, Rosa finally noticed something was odd. After her own rank in the family conference was the lowest of the 4 siblings. Why had she been the one to be called out during a normal situation like this when the other siblings hadn't been? Even if Maria's name had popped up, could it be, what? Yes. We tried to contact Kraus-Summer, but we couldn't find him. And Madame was not in her room. Judging by the condition of the sheets, she might not have returned to bed at all last night. Rosa felt something creepy slowly crawling up her back. Did you check inside the chapel? No, not yet. We tried, but actually, the lock to the chapel is special, so the master key will not work. There is a single key that can open it, but that key is missing from the key box. She didn't want to get closer to the door with that creepy magic circle if she could. Rosa readied herself and approached, then tried pushing and pulling the knob, as she felt all the resistance of the sturdy lock. We searched to see if there was a window we could enter through, but I think we'd have to break one of the windows if we wanted to check inside. What do you think? There's no way I can give you approval to do something like that. This is Father's precious chapel.
Chapel Roan.
Chapel Roan. At that time, the events of the previous day swirled around in the back of Rose's mind. That's right. When I met that witch in the rose garden, didn't she hand Maria an envelope? Yeah, there's no mistake. She did hand it over. When Maria tried to open it, the witch told her not to do it yet, and she surely said the time to open that would come soon. Rosa was sure. There could be no mistake. The envelope Maria had received was...
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. After dashing back to the guest house, Rosa approached the cousin's room while hiding her footsteps. She softly opened the door and peered inside. From inside, she could hear the healthy snores of typical young people. There were 4 children, and Maria was there, sleeping soundly. After breathing a sigh of relief, she entered the room with quiet footsteps. She was after Maria's handbag, which was resting on the sofa. Maria always liked carrying her treasures around with her. She was probably emulating how her own mother always carried her makeup with her. Of course, she was just imitating her mother, so everything on the inside was junk. In Maria's case, it was full of small, creepy occult items, notebooks describing things of that nature, and so on. Rosa had never been happy to see her daughter walking around with things like that, which weren't girlish at all. In fact, they were ghoulish. However, trying to force Maria to stop had resulted in a big fight, so she decided to let it be. Here. This is it. A Western envelope with a crest of the golden eagle. She took it out of the bag and realized there was a heavy, vaguely cylindrical object inside. She could tell by its feel and its weight. There was no doubt. This was a key. After turning around and checking that Maria was still sound asleep, Rosa tore open the envelope and contents spilled out of her palm. It was a key with an old, intricate design. Rosa gripped that key and dashed out. Battler seemed to have noticed that sound, but after grumbling and turning over in his sleep, he started snoring again. Genji-san, could this key be the key to the chapel? Where did you... Yes, this is the key to the chapel. Rosa approached the creepy magic circle once again and put the key in the keyhole. There was a strong resistance. After it resisted for a short while, it stopped resisting with a clunk. Then, squeaking with a noise that hurt one's ears, it slowly began to open. Is anyone there? Her voice reverberated through the massive room. Of course, there was no answer. The chapel had a high ceiling and the air was cold. And even on this rainy, unsettling day, it felt sacred for some reason. The servants were timidly followed after Rosa. Rosa-sama, look at that. Kano noticed it immediately and pointed. Over there was the altar. In a place that would normally have a pastor preaching of the God's love, there was a table that shouldn't have been there. At first, it looked like a dining table. There was actually gorgeous plates and utensils placed there, making it look like a child's birthday party or something. Upon closer inspection, the surrounding area had been decorated. There is blood. There is blood. Blood is there. Decorated with pumpkins and black and orange ribbons. They were probably Halloween decorations. And there were people seated at the table. 3 people on each side facing each other seated in chairs. They could be recognized at a glance. Kraus and his wife, Ava and her husband, and Rudolph and his wife. No, Nazi!
No, Rudolph!
Nazi! But if you wanted to be sure, you'd have to go even closer to check. Because they seemed almost like dolls, Rosa and the rest opened the door, entered all at once with many sounds of footsteps, and called out, asking if anyone was there. And yet, there had been no reaction. Even if Rosa and the rest had assumed that they were being ignored, you'd still expect some kind of reaction. And there hadn't even been that. So at first, it felt like someone had set down some dolls that greatly resembled those people. By now, it wasn't just Rosa. Shannon, Kanon, and even Goda. They were all fighting frantically with a creepy emotion that grasped their hearts. Nissan? Nissan? As she walked towards the altar, she called out again, but there was no reaction. Yes, by now, Rosa was sure of it. She was sure these weren't dolls, but the people themselves. This is... They grew close enough to see what lay on the table. It looked like an adorable banquet reminiscent of a child's birthday party. Plates piled up with sweets, cute pitchers with drinks, all kinds of pumpkin-shaped ornaments. They were all decorated in Halloween style. And while this probably wasn't the time to be thinking it, Maria surely would have been delighted to see all this. That was the state of the table in front of them, apparently asleep. It was an eerie scene, as though a fun-looking Halloween party had been stopped in time. They're all... sleeping? When she approached even closer to them, she realized there were snacks scattered all over the floor. Candies, cookies, soda and chocolate, all with heavily fantasy-themed packaging. They're all scattered across the carpet with a blackberry and cranberry jam. Ooh, I don't think that's blackberry and cranberry jam. Wah! Wait, that's Goda? Rosa and the rest have finally realized what the situation was. It was a Halloween party. A banquet for those not of this world. Kraus, Natsuhi, Eva, Hideyoshi, Rudolph and Kiri were seated in chairs, apparently asleep, but all dead. How could you tell they were dead? and not simply sleeping? That was because they'd been vertically sliced open from their chest to their stomachs. Gnarly. Gnarly. Crossama. How cruel. The 6 of them had sat down at a Halloween party before having their stomachs split open, killing them. The jam coming from the floor must have been what overflowed from their stomachs once they'd stuffed themselves completely, right? No. The contents of their stomachs had been scattered all over the floor. And that wasn't all. Out of their stomachs was almost as though they'd poured out, as though snacks had overflowed from there. Candies, cookies, sodas, and chocolates had poured out, stained with blood, and scattered across the floor. What could have happened to cause this? It's almost as though their stomachs were full to bursting with sweets. And it all poured out when their stomachs split open. Blech. Rosa remembered a certain shocking meal, a turkey that had been served at her own birthday party. When it was cut open with a knife, out flowed one of her favourite foods. But since she hadn't been told what was inside the deep red ketchup omelette rice poured out like bloody maggots, pulsing, dripping, slimy, pulpy, squelching. Eee! Eee! The trauma of her youth was revived. Rosa felt like a monster raging inside her stomach. The acid started to rise. Unable to hold back, she threw it up all onto the floor. Her empty stomach had nothing but stomach acid. The scene in front of her was no fun Halloween party now. The 3 couples were enshrined right there, their stomachs vertically wrenched open with a yap. Don't know what that sound is. So many snacks had been stuffed in there. Pulpy, squishy. Their blood and guts and sweets were overflowing onto the floor. Blood-stained, sticky, sloppy, pulpy. Sweet snacks that had been made your fingers stick together. Gummy, but stained with entrails. Sloppy, pulpy. What else was that I stepped on just now that didn't feel like candy or cookie or soda or chocolate? I'm scared. What did I step on? I can't even look at the bottom of my foot. What a gruesome Halloween party. From far away, it looked truly beautiful, fantastical, and fun. But from up close, it was horrible, disgusting, yet somehow still beautiful. Ah! Rosa's wild thoughts tried the best they could to escape her throat with a loud voice that was neither a scream nor a roar. Crossama. This is horrible. Just horrible. Call an ambulance! Oh my god, call the police! That's right! The police! Police! If a word so tied to reality hadn't come out of Goda's mouth, Rosa and the rest probably would have found themselves unable to escape that nightmarish party even now. But it wasn't because they thought the police might actually be able to do something. If they didn't keep yelling about the police, it felt as though another seat might be set up at this demon's party and given to them. Their own chests felt like they were expanding unpleasantly from the inside, rumbling, churning. And it was surely because candy was about to overflow from their stomachs. Rosa, once again tortured by a desire to vomit, threw her stomach acid up on the floor. And then she searched to see if there was any candy in it. Anyway. Rosa coughed violently again, forcefully spitting out her stomach acid that had been burning in her throat. She realized by now her whole body had been covered in a filthy sweat. Genji-sama, Shannon-chan, please contact father and ask for instructions. Goda-san will go with Kanon-kun and call the police. Then have Dr. Nanjo come here. Why even bring Dr. Nanjo here? It was a bit too late for medical care. The servants accepted their orders and dashed outside. After watching them leave, Rosa once again stared at her siblings, with whom she had spent good times and bad, and their partners. Though there could be nothing more tragic than this scene, for some reason she was tempted to describe these fantastical deaths as beautiful. They aren't here. Where'd they go? The servant room and the kitchen are both empty. What in the world happened? Ew, Mama! Where's Mama? My letter! The letter I got from Beato! Give it back! Give it back! Ah! Perplexing. Butler, are you sure it was Aunt Rosa? Well, even I was half asleep, so I'm not too sure. But I get the feeling that in the early morning, Aunt Rosa came in and fished around in Maria's handbag. I figured there was probably a tube of toothpaste or something in there. Why would there be a tube of toothpaste in Maria's handbag? Looks like you're a little more than half asleep. Battler vaguely remembered Rosa entering the cousin's room. Also, when Maria woke up before the rest of them, she started rampaging around, saying someone had opened the envelope she'd been keeping safe. Putting two and two together, they figured that Rosa had probably come over and opened the envelope. A letter from the Golden Witch? I wonder what was inside. I don't know, but that envelope was grandfather's personal use, and there sure may have family crest on it. Whatever must have died must have been connected to the family conference. They had let anyone touch it yesterday. Maria had shown that envelope off to Butler and the rest as a whole. So they remembered it well. Ooh, Mama, give it back. Mama, give it back. Ooh. Ah. Well, if you're right, it would have to be pretty important. Why would this mighty witch give something that important to Maria? I don't get it. Every once in a while, the refreshing morning atmosphere was completely wiped out by the sound of thunder. It was only natural. Since the moment they'd woken up, they hadn't met anyone else. It felt like only they were left, as if the mansion had become an empty husk. Hey, anyone there? Answer me! Jessica called out into the hallway, and eventually an answer came back. It came from the entrance hall.
Hey!
Hey! I can hear you. Has something happened? It's Dr. Nanjo. Thank goodness. I'm dropping the voice because my throat hurts right now.
Yeah, we don't want to listen to you, George.
It looks like
there's the lamp that that Shannon and Kanon was standing next to.
What do you mean? That's the lamp we're currently sitting on. We're trying to, throw shit at the back of George's head.
Don't tell them that.
Well, they can't see. George's is back turned to us. It's the perfect time to throw shit at the back of his head.
Alright, well keep quiet.
It's a literal shit. We're just making sure it gets in his hair.
Yep.
It looks like everyone but us has disappeared from this island after all. Dr. Nanjo, good morning. Sorry, but do you know where our parents went? Do you mean? I only just woke up and came here, you see. I have no way of knowing for sure, but let's see. It was only natural. Nanjo was a guest, just like the rest of them. He'd come just now to pass the time until the parlor until breakfast. Ewe, Dr. Nanjo, Mama took it. Mama took my letter. Give it back, uwu. Maria buried her face in Nanjo's plump stomach, sobbing and crying. Nanjo could do nothing but be bewildered by this ruckus so early in the morning. Ah, someone's running this way. Jessica, someone's coming. From down in the hall, they could see people running hurriedly. They saw Goda and Kanon coming towards them. Normally, it would be disgraceful for a servant to run inside the mansion, but yet, Battler and the rest didn't even think to question that now. Maria's sobbing had become so unmanageable they wanted to ask someone, anyone, where Rosa was. But the two servants seemed to have bigger things on their minds than Jessica, who was waving at them. Goda flew into the servant room, and when Kanon noticed that Nanja was there, he bowed and approached the doctor at a quick pace before whispering something into his ear. What did you say? Rosa-san did? Yes. I will guide you, so please accompany me. Understood. This way. Without saying anything more than that, Kanon finally noticed Jessica and bowed to her, but he wasn't calm. He dashed back down the corridor by which he had come, followed by Nanja. By looking at how hurriedly they were, Battler and the rest realized that yes, something very bad had happened. They saw Goda through the door of the servant room, which had been flung open. He was holding the receiver and violently pressing the hook. From that, they realized that they were trying to call a hospital or the police. In any event, he was calling someone because a serious emergency had occurred. Let's have a look. Yeah. Mama, give it back! Give back my letter! All I could think about it is about, like, the what the Hugh Jackman singing. Mama, give it back! Give back my letter! 24601! I can't do it as well as Leah can.
Once there was a way.
Once there was a way. Mama, give it back. Give back my letter. 24601. It's an invitation to the Golden Land. It's an invitation. Oh god. They didn't know what, but something had happened. Bella and the rest chased after Nanjo and Kanon. Then they realized Kanon couldn't have called Dr. Nanjo, but he hadn't called us. So we shouldn't have gone with them. I wonder if Alice regretted her excess curiosity when she chased that rabbit holding a clock. Am I gonna see more kids getting traumatized? I am.
When is that not a trope?
I know, but I'm very curious at what Maria will think. No, you mustn't go in. You mustn't look. Jessica-chan, no. Eek! No. No! Mother, father, what happened? Ew! What the hell is this? This goes way beyond bad taste. Isn't taking someone's life bad enough? What the hell is this? I would like to think that he says this in such a casual way. Going all the trouble after they died to sitting on them in chairs, slicing their stomachs and pulling their entrails out? You went all the trouble of stuffing their stomachs full of sweets? Why? Why the hell will you do something so fucked up? Damn it. Damn it. Nice job, you bastard. Just great. Just great. Yeah. It would be best if everyone went outside. They certainly wouldn't want you to see them like this. Nanjo told the children to go outside, but no one listened. Rosa-san, please tell them. If they kept looking at something like this, it will do nothing but harm. Rosa regretted her own carelessness. She should have realized that the children would eventually come here. She should have quickly locked them up instead of standing around stunned. So the children had come here. They had seen it. Surely at this very moment they were having the sight burned into their eyes. It was far more grotesque and shocking, the shocking meal Rosa had witnessed in her youth. While she hugged Maria, who seemed too shocked to show any emotion at this gruesome scene, Rosa cried for them and their parents. The four groaning, crying voices, their sadness continues to echo the place that should have known God's love. You piece of crap, again, another one of these murders, and this time you made it all elaborate, killing them like this. It's a total joke. I'd rather hoping you'd thank me and not cry out in grief. Thank you? Did you just say I should thank you, you old bitch? Damn. If there's anything that's wrong with your ears, I'll cut them off so you can hear better. I mean, she's got hair growing out of her ear right here, so maybe she does have something stuck in her ear. Oh, thank you.
Oh, you know what? That does. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to look at that the same way ever. That really does look like it's growing out of her ear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that.
Beatrice's big ass
trying to
ear
go-
here. Ear here.
Yeah.
Why should I have to thank you in the same way of killing? Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Summer. I'll beat your brains out. What the fuck is that face? In the last game, you lamented at the fact that I couldn't see your parents' faces after they died, yeah? So this time I left them. Didn't touch them. Take a good look, for without a doubt your father and the rest have been killed.
I love how they're flirting with each other.
I murdered your parents. I'm gonna beat your head in, you dumb cunt. Oh, they're so cute. Really, what a nice treat. I'm so fucking happy right now. I just realized my mic was not turned to face me.
No.
I swore I'd plow your face after I choked the life out of you, but I'll take that back. I'll rip out your guts instead.
You know what? He's starting to talk more like you now as well, because he added the fucking into the sentence.
Yeah.
Because we know that that's your all-time favorite word.
Yes, yes. Don't give in to emotion. Don't stop thinking. My game has already begun, right? Ho ho ho. I decided to leave you neat, tidy corpses this time. Do you know why? When you denied my existence in the last game, you used this line of thinking. Their faces were crushed so the identity of the corpses can't be confirmed. Therefore, we can't eliminate the possibility that fake corpses were prepared to create an alibi. Unless that possibility is denied, a human culprit theory can still be built. What did you say? Oh, so Battlers is already to... Is it okay to leave that examination of the corpses to Nanjo? Isn't it traditional in mystery novels for the doctor who performs such examinations to be an accomplice? Then don't leave the examination to him. Do it yourself. Make completely sure that without a doubt these 6 corpses are the 6 people they're supposed to be, and that they're really, really dead. Not just pretending. If you wish to confirm that your father and mother have been killed by their stomachs cut open and their entrails pulled out, you'd better stick your hand inside their stomachs and feel around. Quaha! Eight. I won't cry. Damn it, I won't cry. You are. Sucks to suck, you are. Battler suddenly yelled. His tears were still dripping down as though scolding himself for being a sissy. He slapped his face hard several times with both hands. Even so, tears still would not stop. However, he felt like a hot blaze in both of his eyes. Whoever's responsible for this piece of work, I'll make them pay back their debt completely. So this isn't the time to cry. I've got to think about what to do. Ah, it's all useless. It's useless. He really loves using the fucking word useless. If you've got enough time to cry, then think. There's no time to let yourself cry. Cry me a river. Cry me a river. Yeah, yeah. Rather than genuine anger, maybe it was a more of an evasive anger to blot out his sadness. However, it gave a little courage to George and Jessica, who'd been crushed by the sadness. That's right. Even if we cry, it won't change the reality of what has happened. Damn it, 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 damn it. Then what should we do? What should I do for Mum and Dad's sakes? Rosa Summer, I have returned. I don't know why that's funny. I have returned. Goda-san, what happens with the police? Sapam Genji, what did they say and do? Did they say that they'll be able to get here? As to that, it seems the phones have broken down. I also tried the emergency wireless, but maybe it's the weather, but that isn't working either.
No.
What did you say? So we can't contact the police. So it's that person. They did something to the phone line, made it so we can't reach the cops. When she heard the phones had been broken down, Jessica immediately decided that it was the work of this mysterious guest. I mean, she's not wrong. Her eyes were bright red after so much crying that began to grow redder with rage. Gah! There's no need to talk about it, right? I understand that everything's right. I get it. Who killed Dad and Mum? It's obviously her. It's gotta be that witch or whoever came yesterday. I'll grab her by the collar. Damn it. Jessica-chan, wait. Goda-san, Kana-kun, go. Oh, she stormed out. Yes, Mom. Milady, wait. Covering her uncontrollable sadness with anger, Jessica ran outside, torn apart by emotion. Thinking about it hastily, maybe the mystery guest who'd arrived yesterday, Beatrice, was suspicious. However, in that instant, there was absolutely no proof that she was the culprit. At this moment, she's just another guest, no more, no less. So Rosa, making an adult decision, was forced to stop Jessica in her rash rampage. Goda and Kanan picked up on this immediately and chased after her. Could the guest that no one invited Beatrice be the culprit? I understand how Jessica feels. I wish I could think that too. It doesn't matter who, I just want someone to be the culprit so I can bash them right in their face. But before that, we need a clear understanding of what's going on. Who is this Beatrice? I haven't seen her face. Kihihi, this is so not the time, Maria. If you're looking for her face, it decorates the big portrait in the mansion. You still don't remember after looking at it for so long? Hihi. Come on, Maria. What's so funny in a situation like this? Beatrice is a witch, and the ceremony to open the door to the Golden Land has finally begun. Picks up Maria, throws her. Oh my gosh. Those 6 people are sacrifices. Hihihi. Come on, let's begin the witch's banquet. Tonight is Halloween. Tonight is not Halloween. It is the 5th. It is not Halloween. So the witches will gather to celebrate. I don't know what universe you're in, Maria, but Halloween is typically the 31st of October. Maria, don't I always tell you not to laugh with that creepy voice? The crisp sound of Rosa slapping Maria's cheek echoes through the high-ceiling chapel.
God, what have you done?
You're a pink pony girl, and you dance in the chapel road. Ever since it started raining yesterday, ever since the island was swallowed up by the typhoon, I felt as though something was wrong. It was bright and sunny when I arrived on Rokkanjima, but since I'd gotten up early and was sleepy, I took a nap. When I woke up, it had already started raining. Ever since that time, suddenly a mysterious visitor calling herself the Golden Witch Beatrice arrived, and I felt like I was sinking in bit by bit into this bizarre world. What the hell happened when I was napping? Am I supposed to believe that this island was sealed off inside a different world where common sense doesn't apply? Who is this person called Beatrice? Is some unknown person trying to involve themselves in with this inheritance problem just like our parents are freaking out about at dinner last night? Or is the culprit the witch from the Legend of Gold, just like Maria said? Even if we set Jessica's temper aside, given the circumstances, it's probably safe to say that this visitor person is the most suspicious. But we mustn't make up our minds based on that alone. It's so useless. I'm not saying useless again. The words that I hate the most from this series is number 1, let's spin the chessboard around. Number 2, it's useless. It's all useless. Number 3, damn it. Number 4, kihihihi. What's another one? Number 5, the devil's whatever the fuck they were talking about that I'm sure is going to appear more in this chapter. Number 6,
oh, goodness.
George.
No, when the rules of Nox come out in like episode 5, you're going to be like, can they shut up about this? Can Lenore shut up?
I'm going to get to the point where I'm like, Where is the spinning fucking chessboard already? I remember the days when the chessboard was spinning round and around, and that's all I cared about.
It was spinning around the sun.
Oh my gosh.
It's been in orbit. But it's where it's gone.
Spinning around under
Get
my
out
head.
of my way. I know you feel it because you like this.
Oh.
Breaking it down. I'm not the same. I know you feel it because you like it like this.
I just have the headcanon that we're sitting in one of these pews, just like sitting over the edge of one of the backs of the seats, and we're just watching them freak the fuck out singing Kylie Minogue.
The question is, do us as the rats survive Umineko?
I mean, unless an actual Umineko grabs us as we're running through the island. I'd say we do.
We'll have to discuss how our fates would be sealed once we finish the entire thing.
Yeah. I smacked my face with both hands again, cooling off my brain before they're overloaded. My brain feels overloaded right now, even though it might have been a wasted effort. This is one of Grandfather's envelopes. On a trail piled up the sweets and decorated the table.
Envelope.
Envelopes. Envelope. ENVELOPPPPEE. It was a Western ENVELOPPPPPEE. That had the Ashumia family crest done on gold leaf. And it was unopened. Which means it probably is meant for us, right? Was it something Dad and the others read? It should be opened. It seemed your reasoning is correct. It's written right here. Someone wrote to those who remain. Is that a letter the culprit left? What's inside? I swear to God, if Maria runs up, grabs it, and starts reading it because Rosa took her letter, I'm gonna scream. Anarchy, let's open it. After nodding silently, George Anarchy broke the seal. A folded letter came out. I'll read it. Welcome to Rokkenjima, members of the Ashumia family. I am Beatrice, the alchemist for this family, employed by Kinza-sama himself. That letter really was a joke. Beatrice, who called herself the family alchemist, had announced that she was collecting the gold that she'd lent Grandfather along with interest. And that interest was everything Grandfather had created. Since this tragedy was right before our eyes, this paragraph was being read aloud, but it was clearly referring to the wealth that Grandfather had piled up. It was literal. Everything that Grandfather had created. In other words, all of your grandfather's descendants were included with the interest.
Full Metal Alchemist.
You bastard!
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist. What a screwed up contract. Lies as interest for gold, you say? That's almost like a contract with the devil, isn't it?
Devil's proof.
The devil wears Prada here. And Prada is a cunty little mini skirt.
Battler in a mini skirt.
You think that makes you more like a witch? Ha, don't make me laugh. See, cunty little mini skirt. It's been covered by the box, but special clause. Santa Claus? However, if someone's able to discover the hidden gold, Beatrice must abandon these rights for all time. Kinza-sama, it's already publicly displayed the location of the hidden gold within the epitaph under my portrait. In other words, it's something like this. If these murders represent her collecting interest, then she's telling us to find the gold she gave Grandfather if we want her to stop. And she's also saying that the secret pointing to the gold is hidden in the portrait of the epitaph. What if you just have to move the epitaph to the side and then there's a secret hole underneath the epitaph or behind the painting and that's where the gold is? That's where I would hide gold. So basically, this is a letter of challenge from the witch. She's just telling us to try and solve the code that points to the hidden gold if we can. If we can't, she'll keep collecting the interest as planned.
Well, now I know where to find your gold, Flynn. If you ever hide gold somewhere, I'm looking exactly there.
Yeah, but it is where I would hide gold, but I'm more of a silver person, so unfortunately, my silver is hidden in a better place. Battler, look. The table was covered in sweets, so even though those things were right out in the open, we just assumed they were sweets too. I mean, come on, you see them a lot, right? Oh shit! You know those boxes of chocolate shaped like gold ingots? This is no box of candy. It's the real thing. It's a real gold bar. It's inscribed with the crest of the one-winged eagle. I heard Mother talking about this earlier. This is a gold bar from Grandfather's Legend of Gold. Gold ingots weighing a full 10 kilograms. A whole 3 of them were piled in the center of the very table. It was where a cake would be placed if it was a birthday party. In other words, this was without a doubt the birthday cake of the party known as the family conference.
Happy birthday, Brooklyn!
Happy birthday to me for next week. If these were really R49 quality ingots, it's about worth 60 million yen. Dumbass!
Fuck
That
her.
is too cheap. Our parents have been killed and all you've got is a pile of 60 million yen in gold.
I can't believe Squid Game is happening right now.
I know, crazy. Don't take us
Can
for
I have to
fools.
kill more people?
Yeah. Hee hee hee. My favorite. So it has begun, Beatrice. It's not like you can solve this riddle anyway. Beato will definitely win. Did you see me post that Instagram thing before where it's just Kumasawa's face with ho 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 underneath it?
Have we?
I posted it on Instagram.
I don't remember that.
I just posted it before when you were getting your food. Quickly open the door to the golden land and take me with you. Kihihi.
Hee.
Crack!
Crack!
I guess this is where we
Full
end the
Metal
episode.
Alchemist.
Full Metal
Full Metal Alchemist.
Umineko no Naku Koroni. Umineko no Naku Koroni. I purposely pronounce it the same way you do it as well.
It's just funny to say. Umineko no Naku Koroni.
No Naku Koroni. Oh my god, there's a line of lamps that we are sitting on right now.
Oh, I love these lamps. Let's
They're so
jump
fun.
the lamp like we're little fairies.
Yes. Well,
Jumping from flowers.
yes. So, thank you guys so much for watching today's episode. As I said, my birthday is next week. We'll have another episode.
Everybody, please say happy birthday to Brooklyn. We forgot to sing happy birthday to her last year, so please give her birthday messages.
Yes, but
so that we can remember her birthday.
This will be next week, just for the next Umineko Monday, so special birthday episode, I guess. And I don't know what I'd fucking do, but we'll see. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.
Bye.